Um, so my speech last time, I talked about stress, which was one thing that I kind of struggled with being in school. This topic today is something that I also struggle with, especially around this time where we have finals and we just have a whole lot of stuff going together. So before I start, I'm going to ask you all some questions, and I'm sure a lot of you are like me. So by raise of hands, how many of you would say that you eat healthy? Okay. How many of you would say that you exercise regularly? Okay, so a few more. How many of you would say that you get the recommended about 7-8 hours of sleep a night? Nobody. So this proves my point as to, especially as college students, we do not live healthy lifestyles. So whether you would say that you do or don't live a healthy lifestyle, have you ever thought about why this is? Is it because you don't have enough time? Is it because you just really don't want to? Is it because it costs too much? Whatever your lifestyle is, whether you are or aren't healthy, it's very important to be aware of the benefits of eating healthy and why it's so important to make time for this. So living healthy will end up having short-term and long-term benefits. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're just going to explore how living a healthy lifestyle will not only have these short-term benefits, things that you will see early on. We will also talk about how living a healthy lifestyle has long-term benefits and what you will see later on in life when we're older, which I'm sure none of us are really thinking about right now. And then I'm also going to talk about ways that we can incorporate these healthy lifestyles and just what you can incorporate into it in order to be more healthy. So short-term benefits of living a healthy lifestyle. When you live healthy, which includes eating healthy, eating good foods, you're going to end up having more energy. So if you take care of yourself, you're going to want to get up more often. You're going to wake up, your alarm's going to go off in the morning, and you're going to feel like actually getting up. And I don't know about you, but when my alarm goes off in the morning, the last thing I want to do is get up out of bed. I'm probably going to lay there for 30, 45 more minutes and think about how much I do not want to get out of bed. So when you do eat healthy and you incorporate more sleep, you're going to want to actually get up and do things. Another short-term benefit of living this healthy lifestyle is if you're trying to reach a goal, say if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to gain weight, being able to live a healthy lifestyle is going to help you accomplish that. It's not going to be as hard to focus on it. So when I think of long-term goals or long-term benefits for eating healthy, one of the main things you think of is chronic diseases. So a lot of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart problems, are mainly caused by not having a healthy lifestyle. A lot of it can be prevented if you live healthy. According to an article by Amanda Andrade, the promotion of physical activity and diet is one of the top public health priority strategies, as a lack of these things is one of the main risk factors for the development of chronic diseases. Now, this is one article that I've found that is like many others. Another article that I've found is an article by Pulse International. There is ample evidence that suggests that diet and physical activity play a major role in preventing and developing many conditions, including cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. Now, while some of us may have a predisposition to these, it may almost be inevitable that we will end up with these. Making sure that you take care of your body is something that could really help. Even if it's something that's ran in your family for ages, it could still help prevent that. And so just keeping these good choices will definitely keep your chances down in the long run. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is how to incorporate these healthy choices into your life. You want to start by adding healthy foods, which will include vegetables, fruits, all of these things that we really don't like to eat that often because they don't taste the best. We want to decrease fast food, and I know as college students that's really difficult to do because it's one of the least expensive things to go. I mean, it only costs $1 to get a burger at McDonald's. So that's one thing we really have to cut down on. And then processed foods is another thing that's not very expensive. So it's also good for us college students because it's like microwavable meals. I mean, those take 4 minutes and you have almost a full meal. And another thing you also want to incorporate is you want to incorporate more physical activity and sleep. According to Ruben Martin, the World Health Organization recommends adults have 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week and also 8 hours of sleep. I don't know how many of you actually do that, but I know I definitely don't. So this is something that you definitely need to incorporate despite how much you may not really want to and you don't have the time. So in conclusion, as you understand, eating healthy is very important. Your body will thank you, and you will definitely be thanking yourself when you're older, especially when you look back and you think, okay, I took care of myself, so I did all that I could to make sure that I didn't have any more of a chance to develop these diseases. It may not be a big deal now, but primary prevention is one of the biggest things. You want to go ahead and prevent it before it happens, because once it happens, you pretty much don't have a whole lot of control over it. And for the best results, you definitely want to add in things slowly, because if you try and do it all at once, you're not going to stick to it, and you're going to be less likely to keep with it throughout your life. Thank you.
So how do you, what do you think you could do to motivate people to be more healthy?
Okay, so what do I think that we could do to motivate people to be more healthy? I definitely think